like super hungry or anything, so I can. Yeah, I had a yogurt for lunch, and then I ended up heating up some of the leftover pizza at like 2.
I took a PB&J and some carrots and celery, and one of the regular like employees.
I'm getting hungry.
Brought in chicken and mole.
Oh wow!
And so I had that for my lunch.
So
not, like, super hungry or anything either, but...
Hello, friends. You know, it's interesting. I'm noticing.
Every time Natalie shows up, the stream crashes.
I'm noticing that my software is still struggling, even with my capture card not being plugged in. That is unprecedented. Anyway, we're back. Sorry, guys. The gate opening will continue for another 30 minutes, and then it's time for community night. Yeah, this is weird. It's all very laggy, which means we could experience a crash if we play Among Us for 4 hours. Which happens sometimes. If you can imagine it. Kill quickly? Yeah, we need to. It's weird. Definitely weird. Alright. Well, let's continue. But you're right here. Why does it have to be this way? Kabe? Tension drains from her back and her hands. She gives her whole body to my embrace. Thank you. I know you're hurting for me. But you've done enough. I'm fine, so just think about Mayuri, okay? Despite her fear, Karisu has made her choice. It's time for me to do the same. I need to decide here and now the future of the world. Which friend to let die. Holding Karisu tightly, I whisper into her ear. I'm sorry. A meaningless apology. I want to save Mayuri more than anything. Those words are a death sentence, but I force myself to speak them. It takes every ounce of willpower that I possess. Yikes. Hold on, let me make sure that I'm not. There we go. I can't save you. I know. I feel as if a great weight was lifted from my shoulders, and at the same time, as if 1,000 needles are stabbing into my heart. This is actually sad, yeah. That's what I mean. This game has some moments that are legitimately good and have way better writing than anything in ZTD. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, it's clouded by so much bad that I'm like, what do I even do with this score? This whole scene is a giant plot hole. Yeah, so what I will give you, Fail, is that the fact that they saved Ferris's father when time, like, he literally said deaths are supposed to be constant because of the attractor field. Wait. Maybe that's not true. Maybe the death was able to be rewritten because it wasn't in 2010. And 2010 is the attractor field time. That might explain why they were able to save Ferris's dad. Because he was supposed to die in 2000. What they said is that the years are when time can change. So this is the year that they can change timelines. Because when they do try to change things, they just end up the same. That's what happened with Mayuri's death, right? I think. It takes more time the more someone's life or death has an impact on the future, I think. They never try. Wait, what do you mean try, though? Because he tries to see if Mayuri will live every time, and she always dies. Oh, you mean like make other D-mails? Ooh. Yeah! If they're jumping back to an imperfect world line, why don't they just make a new world line? Honestly? Why don't... Maybe that's what the true ending is. Maybe the true ending is just like creating a new world line. What comes after beta? Alpha, beta, C, something. Sigma. That's an S. Well, the friends we've made along the way are legitimately the problem. Because you basically... I think Kurisu has the most growth out of any character, like, in terms of, like... In terms of how she treats the main character has changed the most over the course of this game. The fairest ending also has everyone living. That's true. The fairest ending is actually the best, in my opinion. We'll rebuild our timeline with blackjack and hookers. Alright, Kuroi, you've gone crazy. They just cry the whole time.
Looks good, looks good.
Well, I want to say up until this point, Kurisu doesn't ever, like, she's clued in at the last second, and then Okabe just leaps again and she forgets everything. Yeah, I mean, there could be more. Honestly, the true ending might... Yeah. Well, at the same time... And this is like a video game writing thing, right? You can only write it one way, regardless of the possibilities. So this is just the way they chose to write this. But we also haven't completed this route, so I'm not really sure where to go with my comment. What does the D stand for? Wait, why did they call it a D-mail? Because it's like an email. But it goes to the past. Digital, yeah, I think it's digital mail. Kurisu weakly returns my embrace. Then she lets go and stands up. Well then. There's already a look of relief on her face. I'm heading back. Back? Where? To America? The lab, of course. I need to dry my clothes. I want to take a shower, too. In that case, we should go back together. But before I can suggest it, Kurisu beats me to the punch, as if she read my mind. You stay here and soak for a while. Understand? We can't go back together. That's her verdict. Understand. I hang my head and shut my eyes. Kurisu's footsteps fade into the distance. I wrap my arms around my body. Even though it's summer and sweltering hot, I can't stop my body from shaking. I realize part of me is relieved that Kurisu left alone. At least I won't have to face her again, to look upon the face of a girl I chose to die. I am a coward. My self-loathing echoes into the darkness. Yeah, I think that they're afraid to send D-mails, Fail, because it just makes further divergence from the plot line that he was trying to get to for the whole game. Yeah. Cease to inquire what the future has in store and take it as a gift. Take as a gift whatever the day brings forth. Horace, Italian philosopher. I'm going back to my hotel. Do what needs to be done. Good night. I wait for about 2 hours before returning to the lab. Kurisu was already gone when I get there. All she left is a single email. I sit down on the sofa while drying my hair with a towel. I look towards the PC in the corner of the room. It's already connected to the IBM 5100, ready for Daru to start hacking. I already got in touch with him. The hacking starts tomorrow at noon. I drove myself even further into a corner by telling that to Daru. Now I can't turn back, no matter how much I want to. I chose Mayuri. I will let Kurisu die. Yeah, I think Okabe just got very fixated on returning things to the beta world line, because that's what Suzuha told him to do. So, it's not really... They could have tried to send D-mails to try to change things, but it seems that all the other D-mails they sent just increased divergence, so it might not make sense to do that. What they could have done is they could have added a route just to prove that sending D-mails wouldn't help. That would put your argument to rest, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah, but, like, I mean, you're essentially suggesting that they try an infinite number of possibilities until the solution works out itself. Maybe that would be a good idea. That would certainly be a better idea than the main character going through a 2-day time loop 100 times and driving himself insane. It probably should be addressed if it isn't, but we haven't not seen it be addressed yet, I guess. I know you're saying we're 50 hours in and it should have been addressed like the first thing, but it wasn't. I think the overall progression makes sense, though, because he didn't even realize until a very significant amount of time we were into the game that undoing the D-mails is what needed to happen to fix the timeline. But it's a little annoying because we remembered the beginning of the game, and we knew this was going to happen. He was going to get to the timeline where Mayuri doesn't die and then realize that Christina dies. So it's like, come on, man. That part frustrates me more than, well, why didn't they just try D-mails 100 times to see if it would work or not? Yeah, I mean, I think at this point they're just trusting they're just trusting the theory of convergence. It's an inevitability, blah, 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 blah. Even though Kurisu tried not to, I think maybe that was just her delusion. The cat maid. I know. She saved her dad. I will let Kurisu die. Showering didn't soften the wrenching pain in my heart. In truth, I'm just riding on Kurisu's resolve. Mine is still a flimsy thing. I can't help but wonder, is it really okay? Really? Anyone here? Mary opens the door and enters. To be honest, I think the thing damning them to a dystopian future is Kurisu living. I think she dies in the beta world line, and now there is no chance a time machine gets created. Didn't the Ferris ending also inexplicably delete the time machine to reach that ending? It did. It did, because there was no lab members, there was no friendship between Daru and the MC or Mayuri and the MC. It was like, that might as well have been a completely separate, like C world line or something, you know what I mean? For a moment after she catches sight of me, she looks ready to burst into tears. But that quickly gives way to a smile. It's Ocarine! What's up? Oh, nothing. I just decided to stop by. I swallow hard. Maybe I should explain the situation to Mayuri. But I know she'll feel guilty if I tell her. Mayuri doesn't need to know. Everything will be okay as long as we crack CERN's database and reach the beta world line. You know, I haven't talked much with Ocarine lately. Can I really let it end like this? Shouldn't I tell her what Kurisu was sacrificing for her sake? Did you take a shower? Mayuri moves behind the sofa, grabs the bath towel on my head, and starts rubbing my hair dry. You smell good, like shampoo. I didn't mind the towel so much, but then she buries her nose in my hair and starts sniffing. Stop that! I jerk my head away. Mayuri goes back to drying my hair. You know, I didn't go to Komima today. Why? I was thinking about Ocarine. Welcome back, Hisoan. When I got to Ariake, I remembered how sad you looked when I thought I shouldn't be having fun at Komima. So I turned around and came all the way back. Oh, sorry for making you worry. Should I tell her? Or should I keep her in the dark? You know, I haven't talked... Yeah. Mayuri, how would you feel if I said I was keeping a secret from you? You mean like Ocarine and Christian are actually dating? Where did that come from? Ocarine and Christian get along really well, right? I think you two are meant for each other. Oh. Kinda sad. No, it's nothing like that. honestly, Fail, I still think this game, when the writing isn't being cringy and, like, pervy, it's still better than ZTD, in my opinion. Maybe I need to revisit ZTD and give it a rescoring, but I remember that game really, really frustrating me. Like, in every aspect. Oh, okay. You don't have to tell me everything if you don't want to. Besides, it's normal to keep secrets from your hostage. This isn't the time for that. Mary's hand leaves my head. I look over my shoulder in a panic, thinking she wandered off again. She's there. I grab her hand, perhaps more forcefully than I meant to. Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden. Again. So I'll wait until Okarine's ready to tell me. Just like I said yesterday, remember? And if I decide to never tell you? Well, I'd be curious. Really curious. But if that's what you want, even if my secret involves you. Mayushi? I haven't told you because I don't want to hurt you. Is that why Ocarine looks so sad all the time? Then I do want to know. I don't like it when Okarine's sad. Even if it means you might get hurt. Mary replies with a gentle smile. Yeah. She nods without any hesitation. Her smile is so sincere it makes me speechless. Mayuri doesn't want to be a burden. When Mayushi was sad because of what happened to Granny, Ocarine took Mayushi hostage, remember? That's why Mayushi always thought that whenever Okarine's sad, she could lend her strength to him, you know? Mayushi might not be useful, though. Useful. Suddenly I remember. Mayuri's gonna die tomorrow. I've been through it once before. She died protecting me, and her last words were, finally, Mayushi was useful to Ocarine. So this is what she meant. I don't want to see you hurting. Very well. And that's how she feels. I'll tell her everything. I let go of Mayuri's hand and pat the sofa beside me. Take a seat. Mayuri does, she's told. Can I get us some snacks? This is serious, remember? Oh, right. Mayushi sits up straight with her hands folded in her lap. Okay, ready. Everything I'm about to tell you is true. It's related to those dreams you had. I plan to sacrifice one of our friends for your sake. Ocarine? Anxiety clouds Mayuri's face, but I ignore it and take her chin with my fingers. A switch has already flipped inside me. You will soon regret your curiosity, my dear, for the deeds of the great Hoenn Kyoma are many and terrible. And so I begin, speaking as the mad scientist whose foolish experiments brought everything to ruin. I start with the first raid on the lab. I tell Mayuri how Moeka killed her. Next, I tell her about Suzuha and Ferris, about Lukako, Moeka, FB, and Nei. I describe their fates in every detail. And finally, I tell her about Kurisu. By sacrificing Makise Kurisu, I will embark upon a journey to a glorious new world. There was a lot to explain, but Mayuri kept asking questions, desperate to understand the strange concepts I was throwing at her. Thanks to that, the conversation went longer than expected. It's already getting late. And this is the plan most grand and devious of the insane mad scientist Hoenn Kyoma. I call it Made in Heaven. Finally, it's over. Mayuri says nothing. She's staring at her hands, which are clenched into tiny, trembling fists. She looks ready to cry at any second. What's the matter? Mayuri shakes her head and bites her lip. The whole time you and Christian were hurting, Mayuri was making costumes like nothing was wrong. I feel so stupid. I didn't know anything. Well, of course you didn't. That's how I planned it. Are you disappointed in me, Mayuri? Sorry, but this is who I am. I'll do anything, sacrifice anyone to accomplish my goals. Whether you like it or not, you're coming with me to the Beta World Line. You're my hostage, and you have no say in the matter. Let chaos descend upon the world. That is the choice of Steins Gate. Mayuri ignores my performance. She gets to her feet and lurches towards the door. I quickly grab her by the wrist. Where are you going? I need to see Christian. Please, Ocarine, I have to talk to her. There's no way I can refuse Mayuri's request. I contacted Kurisu. We arranged to meet on the UPX overpass at 4:30 in the morning. I was wondering why she wanted to meet so early, but I understand once I see her. She's dragging a large suitcase. Thanks for coming to see me off. She faces us with a smile. Does that suitcase mean what I think it does? Hmm? Oh, yeah, it does. You're going back to America. Kurisu nods. I was supposed to go back at the beginning of the month, but then I ran into a certain mad scientist and ended up staying longer than planned. There's nothing else I can help you with anyway, and I don't want to be a liability. Is she doing this for me? Or is she trying to outrun her fear? It's not my right to stop her. Even if I did, it wouldn't change anything. Today, as I planned, I will crack CERN's database and move into the Beta World Line. I've made my decision. Mayuri is next to me, standing still with her head hung. What's wrong, Mayuri? Are you feeling sick? I gently nudge her back. Come on, Mayuri. She takes one step, pauses for a second, then leaps on Kurisu with a cry. What's going on? She doesn't want Christian to disappear. Kurisu hears the desperate plea in Mayuri's voice. She gives me a look that asks, "Did you tell her?" I silently nod. You can't disappear. Not for Mayushi, okay? Mayuri. Mayushi doesn't want to live if Christian has to die. I expected Mayuri to say that. It's absolutely essential that I remain firm. I feel bad for Kurisu, but it needs to be said. This is the way it has to be. I chose you, Mayuri. You have an obligation to live. Pain stabs through my heart. Those words are reprehensible. Kurisu and I made a pact. She agreed to trade her life for yours. If that sacred covenant is broken, this world is doomed. I clench my fist tight and suppress my self-loathing. Don't put Kurisu's feelings to waste, Mayuri. But... Thank you, Mayuri. Kurisu wraps her arms around Mayuri's back, returning the hug. But this was my decision too. I'm okay with it, really. See, this is really sad. Like... I'm a little teary-eyed. Okabe loves you, you know? What? What are you saying? It's true, isn't it? She gives me a mischievous smile. It would make him really sad if you died. You don't want him to be sad, do you? But if Christian goes away, it'll make Mayushi sad. Yeah, I know. It makes me sad too. But this was going to happen eventually. I had to go back to America sooner or later. So, even if you move to another world line, just think of me as being in America. It's practically the same thing. That's not the problem. I don't want Christian to disappear. Let's stop this, okay? Don't make Christian disappear. Kurisu separates from Mayuri and gazes straight into her face. You have to listen to us now, Mayuri. She uses a gentle tone as if speaking to a child. Then she lightly bumps Mayuri on the head. Okabe? Don't ever let go of her again. I know. Well, I'm off. Thank God I'll never have to see her silly face again. She punctuates her insult with a smile. She's so cheerful now, a far cry from the shivering girl in the dark. To see her like this breaks my heart. I'm sorry. I repeat the words in my heart again and again, begging for forgiveness. Kurisu turns to go. It's just sad because she's the best character. I don't like any of the other characters in this stupid game, and this is just a lot. Don't go, Chris-chan. Please don't go. Don't follow me. She shouts over her shoulder. Mayuri freezes. I don't want pity. It will only make it worse. This is my decision. Nothing you can say will change my mind. Goodbye. Promise me, Mayuri. Promise me you'll find happiness. With that, Kurisu walks away. Early morning Akihabara. Well before sunrise, the trains are just starting to run. She disappears into the station, dragging her suitcase behind her, alone. Mayuri falls to her knees, her face streaked with tears. As I approach, I hear her voice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. This was my decision and mine alone. Christina will disappear, for I chose not to save her. I chose to bring chaos to the world. You can't forgive me, can you, Mayuri? Then hate me. But even then, you're staying with me to the end. I've chosen. To save you, I will let Kurisu die. So hate me, loathe me, curse my name. But I will not turn back. Nobody can stop me now. Mayuri slowly stands up, but she buries her face into my chest, just like she did to Kurisu. Oh, Karin. Tell me how you really feel. How I really feel? Mayuri looks straight up into my eyes. I want to know what's in your heart. Your honest feelings. Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden anymore. You're not a burden. How can you think that? This is about me, because I want to save you, because I can't bear to lose you. Thank you, Ocarine. Thank you. Mayuri tries her hardest to smile through the tears, and then once again she buries her face into my chest. I've been having scary dreams lately. In those dreams, you always try to save me. They weren't dreams, were they? You were fighting to save Mayushi, weren't you? Ocarine, you know? Mayushi loves you. Mayushi can smile every day because you're there for me. Can we be together from now on too? Of course. I answer Mayuri with my embrace. How can you ask that? I don't want to be apart from you either. Yeah. Mayushi will find happiness. Just like I promised Chris-chan. Yeah. Let's be happy together. We will. Never let go of me. I won't. Let me love you forever. The radiance of the rising sun pours out between the clouds. Daybreak. As the sky grows brighter, we remain in our embrace, as if to reassure each other that we are still here. Okay. So, okay guys. It is 8:20, which means we are close to community nights. That was a big scene. We will do another Steins Gate stream during the week. But we need to wrap this up so that we can start community nights. Sheesh. All right. All right. Back we go. It is time to set up Among Us. It's even sadder in the anime? Oh, Jesus. That was pretty sad. Definitely had teary eyes. I'm gonna get things set up here now. Saturday night, Pangan, Ronpa. Killing each other in the fungal. Yeah, it's time. Sheesh. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot. Okay, cool. Sounds good, Sionis. I'm gonna get our playlists. Lisa, it's time.
Hi.
It is time, and I'm setting up right meow. I almost made it to the baby CG. Oh, God. Please, not with her. Like, anything with that. Jesus Christ. Alright. Everyone, start collecting in the Discord. I'm gonna post it. Alright, guys, gather in Discord. I'll create the lobby when I get back. I'm just gonna run to the bathroom real quick, so BRB. Yeah, what you know about my